What's your first thought when someone asks you, who's your ideal client? Do you boldly state, I can work with anyone? Or kind of cringe and say, I'm still trying to figure it out? Or are you one of those fortunate coaches who just says, I help people who insert problem here? Whichever response sounds more like you, this video is for you. Because knowing who your ideal client is, it's one of the key decisions you're ever going to make in your business. But if you're thinking, I just want to do Reiki, or I'm a wellness coach, I really can help anyone. Well, I'm about to lovingly disagree with you. Are you ready for it? In this video, I'm going to talk about step 2 from my free mini guide, Master the Marketing Side of Success. And this step is to identify your ideal audience, your ideal customer. If you haven't downloaded my guide yet, there's a link in the description. So let me ask you something. Have you ever come across an old journal entry or bumped into an old friend in the grocery store? And then you suddenly realize how much you've changed, how much you've grown. Have you ever had a moment where you thought, wow, I forgot I ever felt that way? It's wild, isn't it? How we just forget how far we've come, especially when you're so focused on everything you still see in front of you. And that's what makes this step to identify your ideal audience so powerful, and it's so easy to overthink. Because when I first heard this advice, your ideal client is a past version of yourself, I totally dismissed it. I thought, that can't be right because I'm still feeling so lost, confused, overwhelmed. I'm still trying to figure it out. And then I do what I do best. I reconsidered this question and I went into overthinking mode. What does that mean? Which version of myself? The one who moved 2,000 miles away from home for college? Or the young mom who had to figure out nursing in cloth diapers before the internet existed? Or the woman who conquered her fear of public speaking? Or the brave and slightly terrified woman who traded her sense of security for the nomadic life living in a 7 by 14 foot cargo trailer? Which version of me? Well, here's what I've learned. Some of us are always evolving, always. But somewhere out there is a version of you from 5 years ago, 2 years ago, or even just last week. Someone who's searching for exactly what you've already learned and how you now live. That's who you're talking to. Someone who's still stuck in the place you once were. Someone who's looking for clarity, who wants to feel more confident, and who wants to learn from the insight that you've learned and you now embody. These people are out there. They're reading posts, they're watching videos, they're scrolling past gurus and the advice that just doesn't quite land for them. And that's why they're waiting to hear from you. Because when you tell your story, they feel seen. And they start to wonder, if she could do it, maybe she could help me do it too. You're not speaking to everyone. Not to the skeptics, not to the people who will never get it. You're speaking to the ones who are ready. The ones who want to change and are just waiting for someone who truly understands what they're going through. So, how do you actually identify your ideal audience without getting stuck in analysis paralysis, the overthinking bubble, the overwhelm? Well, here's one question that helped me shift everything. Instead of asking, who do I want to help? I started asking, who would feel immense relief to know what I know now? That one question, it grounded me because I wasn't guessing anymore. I wasn't trying to invent someone out of thin air. So I took a trip down memory lane to visit a version of myself that I had almost forgotten. Let me give you an example. There was a time when I felt totally invisible. Like I had something valuable to say, but whenever I opened my mouth, someone would interrupt me, or it felt like they were just looking right through me. And it hurt. It hurt more than words can describe. But I have a feeling that you get it. And I started wondering if what I had to say even mattered. And that doubt kept my dream of becoming a coach stuck in limbo for way too long. But now, I found a program that makes the impossible not just feel possible, but it became possible. It became my new reality. And when I speak to that version of me, the one who wondered if this strong heart calling was some cosmic joke the universe was playing on me, I know exactly what to say now, because I know it's not a joke. It's my path. It's my path to my own expansion. And it's not because I'm sharing something that's useful, although it is, but because I understand exactly where she's stuck. And that's the real power of this step. You don't have to guess what your ideal client is going through. You've been there. You've lived it. You've felt it. You've fumbled your way through it. And you figured out a way forward. So instead of wondering, who do I want to serve? Try asking yourself, what was I struggling with before I discovered what I know now? What fears or doubts were holding me back? What questions did I keep asking myself over and over again? And finally, what shifted things for me? You don't need a picture-perfect niche with 20 bullet points and you know her favorite beverage and her favorite Hallmark movie. You just need to remember what it felt like to stand where she's standing now, and then speak directly to her. Because she's still out there, she's still searching. And once you've identified that earlier version of yourself, the one who felt stuck, overwhelmed, or quietly searching, something truly magical happens. Your message becomes clearer, because now you know you're not talking to everyone. You're not trying to impress strangers with perfect words or polished branding. You're simply showing up for someone who's walking a path that you know really well. And when that clicks, content creation stops feeling like a dreaded chore, and it starts feeling more like a heart-to-heart coaching session. You don't have to second guess what to post. You already know what she's worrying about. You know what's keeping her awake at night, and you know what she's secretly Googling, and what questions she's afraid to ask out loud. So instead of trying to guess what might work on social media, start asking yourself, what does she need to hear today? What would have helped me feel less alone back then? What would have helped me feel more understood? What would have helped me take just one step forward? And that's what you share. Even if it feels too simple, because I get it. We are chronic overthinkers. But if it was true for you then, it's going to land deeply for her now. And that's how connection begins. That's how trust grows. And eventually, that's how you'll attract the clients who are truly excited to work with you. Because they don't want to work with just anyone. They want to work with someone who understands, someone who's been there, someone who's no longer there. They want to work with someone like you. So now you know your ideal client isn't some abstract target market. It's a real person. A person who's walking a version of the same path that you've already traveled. A person who's waiting for someone just like you to show them what's possible. And that's the clarity Step 2 can bring to you. And if you haven't grabbed your free copy of Master the Marketing Side of Success yet, you can get it right now using the link in the description. Trust me, this guide isn't just more information, it's a mindset shift in motion. And in the next video, we're going to take this one step further by giving you a playground to practice talking to your ideal client. For me, this step was a game changer. Okay, who am I kidding? Every step is a game changer. But this one freed me from the emotional pressure and anxiety that I used to feel with every post, every email, every offer that I talked about. And if the next video is ready, it'll pop up right here. And if it's not there yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss it. And while you wait, there's another video to explore right here. The best reason to learn online marketing skills. Spoiler alert, it's probably not what you think.